the IG. I'm sorry.
Nah, that's fine. You can change it if you want. That's fine. You can take that out of here. Welcome back to another episode of the Imperfect Action Show. I'm back with. I feel like she's family. She's a family part of the community. She's
Definitely family.
in the community now, right? You
Definitely
might
in the
have to host. You
community.
might have to host a whole show one time. You know.
I think so. I
I
think
think we
so.
should. We can actually set that up very easily. But
Let's set it up.
welcome back to the community. Welcome back to the show. Letitia Ricks, Luxotic Retreats. I was about to say rentals.
Oh no.
Luxotic Retreats. And if you guys know anything about the type of retreats that Luxotic puts on, high level, premium, you know, high level networking, high level community, high level experiences, one in a lifetime type of situations. We're happy
Absolutely.
to have you on the show. So listen, let us know what you have going on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna send a text out to the community, let them know when we're live. So in the meantime,
Send
let
it.
people know.
Yes, yes. Let's get a bunch of people in here. Let them come in. I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for having me. Luxada's got a lot going on right now. We are hosting now six retreats this year, which I'm super excited about. Dubai, Paris, Ghana. We just added on Barcelona, which is going to be added next month. We're doing Greece, and then we're ending off the year in Bali. And that's just the retreats that we own. We are now curating retreats for individuals, for groups, for influencers, for entrepreneurs, whether it's a birthday retreat or a mastermind. Luxotic does it all, from building your custom website to curating the entire experience from day one to day seven, whatever that looks like. We put that together and really make memorable, transformational experiences, which is really essentially what makes us unique.
100%. So I just sent a text out to the community. There's a bunch of people I'm gonna personally message as well because I want them to get in the room. I actually just spoke into a room of
Yes,
200 uh, black women entrepreneurs this morning, and a gang of them DM me. So I'm gonna
I
send
love
them this
that.
link immediately so they can
Yes,
platform
yes.
like that.
Bring them
So,
in for sure.
all right. So, what for those that don't understand, what's the whole premise around curating these experiences, and why did you choose this way to provide value to the community and to the marketplace?
Yes, yes. Okay. So our target audience are people that are super successful, and love to travel luxuriously, and want to get more out of their travel experiences, right? And what I am ideally my target customer. When I started Luxotic, I was a corporate employee. I love to travel. I love to travel luxuriously. And I found it, difficult to have like my friends, or people that I grew up with and usually travel with, to be able to travel on my level. So I wanted to be able to travel with people that were like minded, people that were growing, either in their careers or in their businesses. And then also want to travel with more. Like I love to travel and be able to combine it with something, because I'm a go getter, right? Like I've got a lot going on. So sometimes, especially as entrepreneurs, we're usually working on vacation anyway. So it's like, okay, how
That's
can
the
I
best
really
time. That's the best time and place to work.
you know what I mean? How can I really maximize my travel experience? So it was essentially that way, which is how Exotic was born. Really being able to create more travel experiences for people that are super successful. They don't have the time to build it themselves, right? They have all of the resources in the world. Maybe they've, kind of tapped away from how their friends travel. Maybe their friends are doing the typical, which is, there's nothing wrong with a Caribbean all inclusive experience. But
Yeah.
maybe you want to go to Dubai, you want to go to Greece, you want to go to Bali, you want to check off of those, the super luxurious and exotic places. We allow you to do that. We allow you to combine those experiences and really be able to take away more. So now you're not only, traveling with people that are same on your level, but now you're networking. It's that organic networking that's happening. There's organic connections, organic partnerships that have happened. I literally can't tell you how many people have combined, different types of experiences, conferences that have happened, that have been birthed because they met on a Luxottic retreat. And it's just super exciting to see the growth that it's transformed into. I'm excited the way that God is using me to be able to create these experiences for
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
And that's essentially what someone on a retreat told me, like, this is your gift, this is your calling. And I'm just so blessed to be in this position, to have found my purpose, found my calling, and just present it for the people to enjoy.
yeah. And I think one of the best things about it, and there's so many different ways you can kind of look at it. But I think
Yeah,
one of the best things about it is that you're bringing people together in a place that they would most likely not have gone if it wasn't
exactly.
presented, giving them
Exactly.
experiences that they probably would not have, curated for themselves, and
Yep.
then getting them around different people that can just level them up. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
So all of that's happening in real time, and I think it's amazing how you've been able to create that in a business. And like you said, like this is a way you're bringing the people together, bringing your friends together, bringing the community together. And I remember when you were working corporate and doing
Exactly.
in the beginning. So I can
Yes.
understand, that the transition and the growth. So tell me about a little bit on how you got to the point where you're now curating the personal experiences, and someone like myself can come to you and say, "Hey, this is what I want to do," and how did you
Absolutely.
start adding that piece to it?
Yeah, so it's interesting because when we hosted our largest, our personal largest retreat to Dubai in 2021, December 2021. We had a great just plethora of speakers that were at our retreat, and it got wind of a lot of different celebrities, influencers, and it was super organic. And it was such a blessing because they started coming to me saying, like, hey, we
I
want
need
you to
this.
build this for like, I need you to build this for my community.
Yeah, yeah.
So we got, a couple of influencers, a couple of celebrities just started reaching out to us, and that's essentially how it was born. And what's great is, I've already got this corporate experience. Like, this is nothing new to me, you know what I mean? Like, I've done this at Amazon, built out experiences for hundreds of people. So it's really now piecing together, what I love to do and what I'm good at. So that's essentially how it's been born. And it's great because um these influencers, celebrities, people that have reached out to me to kind of build these retreats, they get to now focus on what they're good at, right? Delivering the information that they're good at. They don't have to worry about, finding a photographer, finding a production team, finding a concierge, finding the right prices for hotel, finding who's going to put together the gift bags, finding all of these pieces that Luxottic now takes, and we manage and curate it all. So that's really, in essence, the benefit of going with Luxottic, because we're able to piece together literally all of those things and so much more for the entrepreneurs, the influencers that trust us to build this for their brands.
So, what are the other components? Right. So, obviously, you talked about the experiences,
Yep.
amazing places, the
Yep.
networking, right, the business. But you also create platforms for entrepreneurs and business people to also share
Yeah.
and speak. So what's that piece looking like?
Yeah, for sure. So we host thematic retreats for our audiences to be able to
Dramatic,
learn. Yes.
dramatic. Yeah.
No, thematic. So
Dramatic.
THEM.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
So they're theme based retreats all over the world. So we have an upcoming retreat in Dubai called our Travel Entrepreneur Retreat. So this is specifically for people that want to learn how to make money in the travel industry, right? Maybe you're starting out travel agent, or you want to grow a travel brand. And now we have speakers that are either already established in the travel industry, and then those people that already established, but maybe they want to create that international platform for themselves. So what we have is we have an application program, where maybe you don't have that following yet, or you really want to be able to create this international platform. You apply, you show us, what you've done, the education platform, because we got to vet you. We got to make sure that you're going to add value to our guests who trust that we're going to bring them, high level expertise that's going to transform their experiences. So our speakers, they apply, we vet them, and then we essentially enable them to become an international speaker for one of our retreats. We've had our entrepreneur excellence retreat in Egypt, which was excellent, and we had a ton of speakers that took advantage of that. And I'm talking, these are not just, it's not just for someone, that may have a lower amount of following, but there was one speaker who had well over 100,000 followers, and she's like, yeah, I might have this, following, but they're mainly in the US. I want to be able to, introduce myself as an international speaker. And
Yes.
this was the platform that allowed her to do so. And we have a Raleigh retreat that's coming up in September, which is all about elevation. It's all about elevating. So we've got a few influencer speakers that are part of that, but we're also opening up our doors to allow people that have a platform that allows, elevation, or and allows, for individuals and also entrepreneurs to figure out how they can elevate in life, for them to be a speaker. We're constantly looking for that. So if you guys are watching this and you're interested, if you've got that elevation component in a platform or in content that you want to share, or you feel like you're interested in sharing, definitely go ahead and hit us up, apply to become a speaker. And we definitely want to consider all of our options for sure.
So we got a question, right? Garden
Yes.
Breeze asking, can a Lux retreat be a tropical rustic theme?
Yes, that is a great question. So, because we now create retreats for people, for individuals, for influencers, for groups, we have a way for you guys, to essentially tell us, this is the kind of retreat I want to host. I want to host a tropical rustic theme retreat. And we say, okay, let's put it together. Where do you want it to be at? Okay, let's do Costa Rica. Okay, great. That when I think tropical rustic, I think Costa Rica. I'm thinking Tulum. I'm thinking Thailand. If you want to go all the way over, right, where we've got that tropical rustic, and we're able to curate that for you if it's not something that already exists. I'll give you an example. We had a guest. We had someone that wanted to put together a group retreat to Ghana. And we're like, okay, great. We put it together. And she's like, hey, I don't think I'm going to get a big group. Do you want to open this up to, to the Luxottic community? We're like, absolutely, let's do it. So we can put together something and then open it up to our community if it's, if it makes sense and if it aligns.
So first of all, Garden Breeze, that's a great question. Definitely drop more questions down in the chat. We're here with Letitia of Luxottic Retreats, and you just kind of got me thinking. Is there a Luxottic like wedding component? Can somebody come to you and say, "Hey, listen, I
Yes,
want to get a wedding
absolutely.
put together over here"? Do you offer that, or is that more on the private? Like, this is what I mean, what to do, or do you actually have
Yeah,
to set it up?
yeah. So yes, we are. So it's so funny that you asked this. Last June, in our Tanzania Back to Africa retreat, every June and July we go back to Africa to some place. Last June we went to Tanzania, and we had a couple that met each other, and within 2 weeks they were engaged. Okay, I'm not saying that you guys are gonna find love on an exotic retreat, but these two definitely did. And so, because they found love in a Luxottic retreat, they're like, we've got to get Luxottic. You guys have to put together our wedding. And fun fact, I found out that this was something that I was good at when I created my own destination wedding. So
Mm-hmm.
my husband and I, when we had our destination wedding, it was like, okay, this is great. I could do this. And for that, we had what's now our second largest. We had like 67 guests. We've already exceeded that. Last year we did a retreat for, I believe it was around 80 to 100 people to Dubai. So we absolutely are entering now the wedding space. So there's nothing that's off limits when it comes to, creating luxurious, transformational, travel experiences for our guests.
So hold on, I need to personally send this live to a couple of other people really
Send
quick.
it, send
That
it. Come on in,
100%
guys.
have
And
some.
if you're watching this, send it to a couple people
Yeah,
too.
definitely. Hold on. Let me do this. Let me do this really quick. Okay, so what is one of the places that you have yet to go? What's on the exotic wish list
Ooh,
of
that's a great
curating experience?
question. Yeah. So, I had a couple that reached out to me. Garden Breeze, I see Belize. So I just want to answer this question really quickly. I'm actually creating a retreat for a small group. It's a private retreat to Belize for this summer. So feel free to email us if you guys have questions or if you want us to create a retreat for you. Definitely will do. So back to your question in terms of where I would go and where I would go to, I think Bora Bora is on my
Oh,
list of
yeah.
like where I want to go. There was a couple that they wanted a couple of different spots, but like Bora Bora is high on my list of like I gotta go. Like definitely, I've been trying to figure out how to make it work and go for a retreat, but I think we might. I think we might for sure.
Bora Bora. That sounds amazing. Okay, so you got someone brand new speaker,
Yeah.
right? Maybe they just started going live and they just got comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
They're watching this live or they listen to the playback. They're like, wow, this seems like an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
But I just really started to actually share what I do to people. Is
Mm-hmm.
it too early for me to
Yep.
partner with Exotics and be in a place like that?
Great question. It is never too early, especially. I mean, especially if you're a new brand, right? Because like you're still figuring things out. It's kind of like the best place to start because as opposed to someone that already has, something established and it's their first time going out in doing something, you both are still starting at one, right? So
Yeah.
now once you build your brand and you're building something 5 years down the line, you get to say, oh yeah, 5 years ago I was an international speaker. And you never know what kind of connections you make when you're on our retreats. We have a photographer who comes on every single one of our treats that he literally takes home like 5 guests will book him separately
Yeah.
from
Makes
what
sense.
we do, right? and
Makes
and
sense.
they're just booking him. We've got some of our speakers, they'll go on stage and they'll pitch their products, they'll pitch their services, and they immediately leave with at least one to sometimes three, five different new clients because one, our price point is not cheap, right? This is a luxurious experience. So you know that these people that come on our retreats, they're ready. They're ready to learn. They're ready to level up. So that's already, you're already connecting on the ground with people that are within, your target audience, so to speak. They're already wanting to learn. They're wanting to connect with other people. So that's kind of what we make sure that we tell our speakers, and they've come back with best friends, new partnerships, clients, and you name it. So there's never really too early. You could literally just start your business yesterday and say, okay, I want to start off with my first speaking role being with Luxotic so that that's a part of my journey as I grow.
100%. So we're on with Letitia Ricks of Luxotic Retreats. Drop your questions in the chat, right? We're
Yes,
talking
please,
about
guys.
Lux trips. We're talking about different places over the world for you to network, build, connect, establish community with a lot of professional people of color as well, and then creating moments and memories all over the planet,
Yes,
essentially, right?
all
So,
over
what
the planet.
questions do you have? What's a place you want to visit? What if you want to actually experience a exotic retreat? Drop that in the chat as well. We can make sure to put
Yes,
that.
please do.
So
We've got a lot of incredible things happening. And to your point, what you said earlier about people not, experiencing these things on their own. I thought about that when Beyonce announced her tour. Beyonce announced her world tour, and like I'm looking at all of the U.S. cities, and I'm like, okay, this seems cool. But what about Paris? Like, how about hosting a retreat in Paris that allowed for people that want to go to another country to not only experience that place, but also to experience Beyonce. How can we create and curate that experience? So we're now hosting what we're calling pop-up retreats, where we're
Yeah.
just popping up in different places around the world and allowing people to experience something that they otherwise would not have.
What's the benefit of really, just traveling in general as a
Mm,
professional?
hmm
So
hmm
not just as someone just experiencing the trip, but like as a professional with a business that's online.
Yeah, when you travel, there is a philosopher, Sinika, who says that when you travel, you're allowing your brain to literally expand outside of its current environment. So you're kind of shifting something that's not that hasn't been turned on, especially when you physically transit to um, another position, global position in the world, right? Your coordinates literally are changing from this hemisphere to a completely new hemisphere, which is why we try to get outside of the Western hemisphere. We try to go somewhere else. The language barrier at times allows you to have to think outside of your normal, your normal mode of communication, even if it requires a translator, or there, even if everyone's speaking English, you're listening and hearing and taking in a different language, a different experience, right? Different sound waves that you may not have in America and in this place. So it allows you to kind of think differently, experience a different type of culture. What I've found is as an entrepreneur, is that I'll identify a different way that an industry is doing something, or I'll identify a different way a culture is doing something, and figure out, okay, how can I apply that to my business? I'll never forget meeting the CEO, or the former CEO of Priceline. I heard him speak, and he was talking about how every single day he tries to learn something absolutely new. And
Yeah.
most of this happens when he travels. So what happens is, when he's learning something new, um, during his travels, he's able to apply that in some way, shape, or form to help elevate his business. And that is what allowed for Priceline to become, ultimately acquired. But he was able to create that exit strategy. He was able to create this mainstream travel platform that, far exceeded his competitors. And I think that can be applied into every single business. The more and more you travel, the more you get outside your comfort zone, the more you're able to absorb new information that will allow your business to grow.
100%. I don't think I could have said it any better than that. I think that was a really great explanation, right?
Awesome.
So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. We see
Drop the
new people popping
question.
in. We're talking about luxury travel. We're talking about business. We're talking about online community networking, building, and doing it all over
Yes.
the world. So, do you have or have you had people that go on your trips that consistently may go on multiple trips with you?
Yes. Yes.
Is
Yes.
it a membership type of situation, or are they just
Hmm.
going on, more than one trip?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, yeah, so our photographer, like I said, he just keeps coming on one of our trips. But we had our first retreat. We had a guest that she said in her testimonial, "I'm going on every single one of their trips," and has already literally been on every other trip that we've had to date. So like, and then we had another guest in Egypt who also booked our Dubai trip. So they're constantly rebooking. We're
Mm,
now just rolling out formally our VIP travel club. So it allows for people to pay a monthly fee. And not only do you get discounts on every single retreat, you get locked into a deposit, right? So that means
mm,
that your deposit's never going over $97, right? We might have a deposit to go to Maldives, $1,000, because you're in this travel club. It's less than $100.
mm.
And then you get our concierge booking, our concierge booking platform. So what we do is anytime you need travel, because you're part of the travel club, you reach out to us. You say, "Hey, I need a group trip for 5 people. We want to go to XYZ place." Put it together, and we're like, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. We're on it, and we're booking it for you." So you've got that luxury concierge at your service at all times. You got discounts on every single one of our retreats, and we're talking hundreds of dollars of
Yes.
discounts. And then you've got your $97 deposit. So it's literally thousands of dollars worth of savings for $47 a month. So that is rolling
For
out
how
this
much?
weekend. $47 a month.
What?
Crazy,
Is
right?
there a
Giving
cap
stuff
on
away
that?
out
Is
here.
there a cap on that?
There's no cap.
What? That's crazy.
There's no
I might
cap.
have to
I
figure.
think what I might have to do for you though, I think what we'll do, I think we'll
That's
create like
crazy.
a special page so that you can send it to your community and
Well,
we'll make
look,
sure
we have to just have, yeah, we're gonna talk about
we'll
something.
lock it in. We'll
Yeah,
lock it in for
we
you.
got to do something. That sounds crazy. Um,
Yes, yes,
okay,
yes.
all right. So, we talked about a lot of amazing things, right? So, being a brand new speaker, being able to take advantage of an international stage or
Yep,
international stages, being able to
absolutely.
travel around other high level people, entrepreneurs, businessmen, or whatever, businesswomen, being able to just get into different hemispheres and have different parts of your brain just start to
Yep,
percolate and new ideas come into fruition.
absolutely.
um, get new experiences, right? Get private curated events and experiences for maybe yourself or your community. Maybe get married somewhere else. There's a lot of
Yes.
possibilities with Exotic, and they
It's a
got
lot.
a ridiculous membership where you just might just need to get in just to get in. Like it
You
don't
just gonna have to get
that's
in to get
it.
in at
That's
this point.
that's
You'll
crazy.
have to get in to get
So
in.
so for the 47, are you also putting together domestic situations too?
Yes, yes,
What?
domestic situations. Listen, so the blessing with Luxotic is that I have been blessed with an incredible team. I mean, I'm talking an incredible team, and I literally pray over this. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, I can't stress for entrepreneurs if y'all don't have some type of faith, some type of belief, get one because because my faith, me and my relationship, my is God is my partner, my whole business partner. So like I'm like, God, listen, I need a strong team. I need a team I can trust. I need a reliable team. I
Mm.
need a fast team. I need a team that literally works as fast as I do. Like, and I work fast. And that's the thing, right? I've got this incredible team. So it's not just me, right? You're not just once we have these hundreds of people that flock to this VIP program, I'm gonna get my team on it, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna make sure that your domestic trips, your international trips, they run, the way that they need to run. We're gonna present options to you, and yeah, like that's why we're able to do this because I've been blessed with a great team.
That sounds amazing. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. Can you just go over one more time the
Yes.
upcoming roster of trips that you have for 2026?
Yes. Okay. So Dubai's April 10th to the 14th. It is at the W Dubai Palm, and it is specifically for anyone that wants to learn how to make money through travel. That's our travel entrepreneur excellence retreat. Then after that, we have Paris, which is May 25th to the 27th. It's a pop up retreat. We are going to be there for 3 days, 2 nights. We're staying at the Waldorf Astoria in Paris, and we're going to do a content shoot in front of the Eiffel Tower. You're going to get your pictures in front of the Eiffel Tower, your pictures in front of the Louvre. Beyonce tickets are included in that price, as well as a brunch at the end. Okay, listen, we don't play when it comes
That's
to
the
our.
that's the best way to get some Beyonce tickets.
That is the best way to get some Beyonce tickets when you throw them in the price. Okay,
Hell
so then
yeah.
after that, we're doing Barcelona. We're going to Barcelona, another pop up retreat for Beyonce. We're staying at the W in in Barcelona, right on the beach. That's gonna be it's still a pop-up. So it's 4 days, 3 nights. We're gonna do a wine tasting tour. We're going to the concert. And then you've got a free day to explore
What,
Barcelona on the way that you
what
want
are
to.
those dates?
June 7th to the 10th. That is literally going live tomorrow. So you guys want to subscribe, go to exoticretreats.com, subscribe so you make sure that you get on those updates. After that, we have Ghana. Ghana is July 1st to the 10th, but we also have a 7 day version. During that, we are reinventing Independence Day, right? So every year for the past 2 years, for the past 3 years, we've gone to Tanzania in Africa, and we did that during Juneteenth. But what we realize is that we want to spend Juneteenth in America. That's where, our ancestors found out that we are free. So we want to celebrate our Independence Day in America and celebrate America's Independence Day in Africa.
I'm
So
with
we
you
are
on that.
going.
I'm with you on
So
that.
we will be in Africa during Independence Day in Ghana. We're doing an incredible give back, an incredible give back with in conjunction with our nonprofit Luxotic Cares, where we always have some type of philanthropy as a part of our major retreats.
Yeah.
After Ghana, we're going to Greece. Greece, we are doing from August 10th to the 18th. And that's our out of office. It's going to be a networking experience for you to experience Greece. Okay. We're going to Santorini, we're doing Mykonos, and we're doing Athens. So it's kind of a
Okay.
briefer. We did something similar to that in Egypt last year. We went to Luxor, we went to Alexandria, and we went to Cairo. So we're doing the same thing in Greece, where we're touching 3 different spots all in one trip. So it's definitely the trip to experience if you ever wanted to just, kind of take in all of Greece and network simultaneously. And then we're wrapping up our experience in Bali. Bali is going to be during Labor Day weekend. It's going to be August 30th to September 5th. And that's our Bali Elevate retreat. We're going to have a ton of speakers, incredible speakers talking about really how to elevate your brand. We like to host things like that as we kick off Q4 so that everybody's inspired, right? You're like, okay, this ends Q3. How am I going to go into Q4, making sure that, I end the year off right? How can I make sure my mentality is good? My heart's good. My business is good. Everything's kind of lined up for success and for elevation. And
I
that
like it.
wraps up our year.
I like. I mean, we got all of the dates right here.
All of the
We
dates.
got
Yes.
all of the dates. And
Yes.
then just so you guys know, I know I put it up before, but I'm gonna throw it on the screen. If you need to follow the Luxotic Trips, Luxotic underscore retreats is right there,
Yes.
right? I put all the dates up for the events, but you can DM Letitia
Please
um,
do.
personally, get in them DMs, ask the questions that you're shy about right now, clearly,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And just figure
Yes.
out what trip may make sense for you. Or if you want to take advantage of the membership, which is a ridiculous price, so you might as well take it before she wakes up and wants to raise the price. But
Yeah.
I would get it in 47. And if you haven't got any Beyonce tickets and you want to have a once in a lifetime experience,
Come on
they
down.
got 2 packages that feature Beyonce tickets, so you may want to take advantage of that. Why
Yes.
not
Come
see
on.
Beyonce out of the country, right? Why not?
Why not? Why
All
not?
right. So which one of these should I be speaking at? Looking at the
I
roster.
think you need to be in Bali. I think you either need to be in Bali or Greece. That
Okay.
would be my recommendation.
Bali agrees. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So we
Bali
have
or Greece,
we have
or
top
or both,
or both.
or
Why not?
both. I mean,
I haven't been. Well, Bali I haven't been. Greece I have not been since. Let me see. When I go to Greece, was that 2014? 24? No, 2017 is when I went to
nice,
Greece.
nice,
2017.
nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, let's go. I
Let's
think both
get
look
it.
good for you. Let's go. Yes, Stezo speaks. Look, Stezo speaks. Stezo, where you speaking at next? You coming to Bali or what? Look,
Facts. Facts. You ain't speaking unless you're speaking in Bali. You know what I'm
okay,
saying? You ain't speaking
okay.
unless you're speaking.
Because listen, we're staying at the Ritz Carlton in Bali,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you guys know anything about that. It's incredible. It's right on the water. It's in, like I said, we only do everything five star and above. Like we are not, yeah, we're not messing around with 4 star anything, right? Like
Yeah.
there's a way to do it so that you get more. It's not just about, about having a 5 star experience, about having a 5 star experience, taking in all of this good content, knowledge, network, and going back better than you came while having a 5 star experience, right? So that's
Facts.
essentially the key.
Well, listen, I had an amazing time catching up with
Yes,
you. There's
likewise.
been
This was great.
so many gems that you've been sharing on how people can connect with you, experience a trip, be a part of a trip, get their wedding done, get in the community, or just be around like-minded people that are all leveling up. And I guess you kind of wrapped it up because you told us the roster. But are there any last words you want to share with everyone?
Listen, whether you travel with Luxottic or not, just go, okay? Just go. Just get out there, get on the outside of your comfort zone, get your passport, take that 10-hour flight. Do not be afraid, guys. I just want you guys to get out there. You have no idea how much incredible things are on the other side of the world, the other side of your comfort zone. So take that trip. This is your sign. If you were looking for a sign as to why or when you should take that trip, the time is now. Book now. We would love for you to come on our retreat, but if not, just go.
Yes. No, I like that.
That's what
I
I'm
like that.
leaving it.
All right, guys, listen, it's been another episode of the Imperfect Action Show where we bring amazing entrepreneurs like Letitia of Luxottic Retreats, right? So much amazing information and a great way for you guys to connect and also level up your business. Think internationally, right? You have this device right here that allows you to connect with people all over the world. So why not physically also connect with them in
Yes.
different places all over the world? So we'll see you guys on another episode. And I appreciate you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, guys.